Hello, hello, hello. Let me just turn that music down. I'm trying out, and it's not even working, live captions. Let me just try and turn this music down. Hang on. So another stream I wanted to run through people's ASO. I've got some audio issues. Hang on a minute. There we go. Is that better? No. All right, so I wanted to run through some people's ASO today. Hello, Matt. Hello, Maxim. Hello, Gabriel. Hello, Bijou. Let's run through some apps. I'm trying to work out why my live captions aren't working. I added live captions. I've been working on my live captions. Let me try getting it working again. And this is going to be my test to see how it works. Is this working now? Is this working now? Caption test. Yeah, so I only focus, there we go. So I've been focusing on the weekly plans lately. And prior to that, I was doing like an annual plan. So I start off doing an annual plan at $14.99 per year. And then over in July, I switched over to doing a weekly offering at $4.99 and an annual plan still at $14.99 as the baseline. And then it varies between apps. And that's had a larger... And that has a larger... a lot more people are subscribing to the weekly plan over the annual plan, and the lifetime value, just from the stats today, looks about $22 for that $4.99 plan. Did the live captions stop again? No, there they are. So these live captions, this is the app that I've been working on this week, and I'm pleasantly surprised to see how well it's actually working. And I'm going to add some animations and stuff to it as well. But this is just a test in a real world environment to see what it looks like and how it works. And I'm happy with it so far. So would you mind having a look at one of my apps? Take your pick between Reverse Chord Finder Pro or Song Sheet Pro. So this is the live captions happening in the background on Xcode, running the app on OBS. Well, it's streaming to OBS. So I can minimize that one now. So Astro has a new update, and we got some suggestion. What I've done is I've added chat to tell me in my ear. How do I turn off the audio telling me? Enable speech to text. So I'm going to disable that speech to text because it's just the chat's ringing in my ear. Okay, back to it. I was going to check out. So we got take your pick between Reverse Chord Finder Pro or Song Sheet Pro. Let's check that out. So I've got my last time I ended up going live and downloading the apps on stream. So I won't be doing that. I'll be clicking away from it when I download them. And we're running with Reverse Chord Finder Pro. Chord Finder. Reverse Chord Finder Pro. Is it this one? Yes. So it's one of those apps that automatically detect the chords being played for guitar, piano. So I'll switch away when I download it so I can enter my password. I might put some of that music in the background actually, because I want to listen to some music. It's a bit quiet. There we go. And what worked well is I recorded what I was saying. Oh, that's a weird subtitle. Recorded what I was saying. And then I did a bit of a synopsis on YouTube, on Twitter. Hang on 1 minute. It's chaos here at the moment. Just managing kids and life and work all around, trying to do content. Fun times. So reverse chord finder, I'm going to record it on my phone so I can do a follow-up. This is Reverse Chord Finder Pro. So I guess if I had a musical instrument, I could use it. And I've got like one app in this space. I got the Learn Piano Notes, and it has like a detection of notes. But I'm not across this space all that much. But I haven't used the new version of Astro, so this is the first time I'm using the new version of Astro. And the Reverse Chord Finder Pro. So let's check out, I want to check out the new suggestions feature. And because I don't have a lot of knowledge in this space, the suggestions might work really well. I guess the keywords you're targeting are chord finder, note finder, chord detector, note detector. Oh, that was spelled wrong. Did the captions drop? No, they're still there. Yeah. Interestingly, when my microphone is muted, my captions are still running. Got to look into that. Chord Finder, currently ranked number 2. Well done. Chord Detector. Note Detector. because the app is focusing on primarily Chord Finder, but it also does notes as well. I'm trying to click there. So it also does notes as well, because clearly I saw a screenshot where I could do a piano, and the piano is premium and music score. Interesting. And this is the part that I've been really excited to look at, which is the suggestions in Astro. Let's see what suggestions come up. And then, so with the App Store optimization, the way that I approach it and look at it is to have a look at the popularity versus the difficulty. So the difficulty for all of these keywords is around about the midway point, so it is quite achievable. And usually like a keyword with a popularity of 5, I believe Astro is pulling keywords from App Store ads. These captions aren't working. I'm going to turn them off. I've got to look into it. Oh, there they go. So they pull the data from App Store ads, and a 5 generally is like a 0. You see no ads with a popularity, no keywords with a popularity of 0. 5 is generally the 0. So this chord detector, popularity of 5 generally means 0. And then you've got the note finder, which has a bit more popularity, bits outside of the niche, currently being targeted with a Chord Finder app, but you are ranking for it at number 12, and it has a bit more popularity. So you're targeting Chord Finder, which is great, and Note Finder might be a possibility. But yeah, I wanted to look at this suggestions, and the suggestions I think could be powerful for doing a bit of keyword research to find out what keywords would actually be good to target. And we can sort by popularity and difficulty. That's cool. And I guess there's a lot of keywords in here that just aren't relevant. So there's 142 keywords. And what's the best way to sort through this? Chord AI, that's an interesting keyword. So people are searching for Chord AI, and there's only 90 apps currently targeting that keyword, or at least ranking for that keyword. Guitar chords, I wonder if you're already ranking for that one. Learn guitar, quite difficult. Piano chords. I've developed an app that's in this space, and it's about learning piano notes, and I implemented some functionality that detected notes to sort of play along, and detecting chords and detecting different frequencies I found to be quite challenging. So if you've got that, nailed that down, that's incredible. That's awesome. Chord Identifier. I reckon I'm going to add those keywords and see how that goes. So which keywords did we add? Chord AI, you're ranking 11. Which apps are ranking in there? Chord AI. So Chord AI is that a brand name, or is that a keyword? And I guess if people are searching for Chord AI because it's a brand name, then it might not be a keyword that you can directly target. But in terms of the popularity of all the keywords and achievability, the Chord AI looks promising. And let me just preface by saying all over again, all the advice I give is just what I would do in the situation building the app and optimizing the app. Don't take everything that I say as absolute and fact. Do your own A/B test and do your own check just to make sure that everything that I don't want you to ruin your app. I don't want you to ruin your existing App Store optimization. So take on board what I'm what I say and have a look at it and try to implement it if you can. But don't think that everything I'm saying is absolute fact that has to be adhered to, because I'm just running off my own personal experience building apps. Some of my apps have failed, some of my apps have worked. But this is what I would do. So guitar chords, we're ranking 70 for that one. The keywords that I'd be targeting are chord identifier, chord AI, note finder, and guitar chords. At the moment, we're ranking well for Chord Finder, so they'll be getting quite a bit of downloads and some traffic coming through at position number 2. Oh, hang on a second. So Chord Identifier is being ranked as well at number 2, so that's good. And then I guess adding extra keywords to the mix, looking at Chord AI, Note Finder, and guitar chords would be a good way to go. I think there's some promising keywords there. I think the suggestions in Astro take a lot of the fun out of researching keywords. It does it for you. Okay, next. So I'm going to stop that recording. What I might do this time is just do a synopsis after the stream. And I post that. So I link it, all these apps that I review, I'll link onto the tweet. Take a screenshot. So I'll link it onto the tweet so that you can get some traffic. Okay, next app. Matt, buying apps with 200 plus MRR. I was hoping that I could have a look at some of your Identifier apps, because I was doing some research on them and I think I might have a look at some of your Identifier apps. So it's a bit off topic. You wanted me to look at the teleprompter, but I'm pretty eager to check out some keywords on those Identifier apps. So I think it was Tree Identifier. What I can do is MSDC Technologies. Didn't we have a tree identifier app? Or was that someone else? Oh no, it was Plain Identifier. That's right. So the Plain Identifier app that you had. I want to show you, like when you released it and when you said you were building it, I had a quick look at the keywords and I've got some thoughts. Plain Identifier. So your app is not really ranking for that. The only way they can find your apps is to look for your app, your business name. Plain Identifier. Plain Identifier. So these keywords, the identifier keywords, are really interesting because I've released a few of these apps and also released the source code to the identifier apps, the AI wrapper. And I think this is based on that AI wrapper, if I'm to remember correctly. Oh, hang on, don't do that. There we go. Try for free. There we go. All right, so we got the tree plain identifier app. Why do I keep thinking tree identifier? I don't know. And this is based on my code that I've created and optimized and updated or whatever. But I wanted to talk on these AI identifier apps. These are doing well for me in terms of generating monthly recurring revenue. I can't identify any airplanes in this image. It shows a Lego duck and part of a computer setup. If you have an image of an airplane, feel free to share it. So I'm loving seeing all these identifier apps out there, and I'm loving seeing people generating revenue from these. If you jump onto my GitHub, the source code for my identifier apps are out there. I've had people ask if they can just copy the same app that I've already released, like the, what ones do I have? The fish identifier and the bug identifier, insect identifier, and people just wanted to build an exact copy of that using my code, which is, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but that's annoying. So I'm really excited to see people use different keywords and finding different keywords to target. So this plain identifier, difficulty, super difficult, popularity, super low. It's a hard one to target. So what are some other keywords to target? We got seed identifier. Ones that have sort of come up in my searches have been like rock identifier and gem identifier. So looking for keywords that you can start identifying for. So have a look at this, right? The rock identifier, gem identifier has huge, well, not huge, but pretty good popularity and difficulty not so high. Seed identifier, which is another one that I think that you're targeting. That wouldn't be one that I would target because the difficulty is a bit high. So, Lego identifier. Oh, I typed it wrong. Lego identifier. I guess Lego identifier is a bit difficult because it's like a trademark name anyway. But just coming up with ideas for an identifier app. These scanner apps are just working really well at the moment and generating revenue. I actually didn't think it would generate as much revenue as it is because iOS 18 is going to come with ChatGPT built into it, and a lot of these tools are now going to be just standard in the iOS, which is why I released the source codes that people could jump on the bandwagon while it's fruitful. And some people are generating good money from it, which is good. So yeah, when it comes to identifier apps, the keywords I'd be targeting are like rock identifier, gem identifier. We got 0 suggestions for identifier apps. But simply it's a matter of jumping onto Astro. Aria. I've got my daughter playing Roblox. So my mind is all over the shop because I'm trying to sort of fit this in with a hectic lifestyle, a hectic household at the moment. So where was I? Jump onto my GitHub. The Swift UI is on there. Create an identifier app. Try not to step on other people's toes. I guess come up with an idea that is not being used by another indie hacker, and we can all make money from this. We can all generate revenue from this. It's pretty straightforward to get it up and running and set up. And then you just look for a keyword you want to target, go for it. That is the best pathway at the moment to sort of get some sort of monthly recurring revenue. I wouldn't spend a lot of time building it and creating it at this stage because I do my gut tells me that it's going to be short-lived, these AI apps. But now's the time to jump on it. Let me have a look at the next one. Aaron Stevenson, Sticker Drop Maker Studio. Sticker Drop Maker Studio. I have no idea with this niche. Sticker Drop Maker Studio. Yeah, this is the, preface this by saying this is the Australian App Store. So 1,200 reviews in Australia suggests quite a popular app. Being in a different app store country, different region, I get to really see what impact these apps have internationally. And that gives me a good gauge in terms of how they travel. So 1,200 ratings in Australia is phenomenal. So you're doing something right. So I'm not quite sure what I could do to help. But clearly we're a sticker maker studio. Interestingly, and this is another one of those things where I think iOS comes with the ability just to build these yourself. And this is functionality that is built into the iOS, but people just don't know. So they're looking for a product to do it, which I always find really interesting. And I put some content out recently about my converter app, currency converter app, and now iOS 18 has a currency converter built straight into iOS 18. And I was really interested to see whether that increased revenue, decreased revenue, or revenue stayed the same. And it's pretty much stayed the same. So all of my downloads since iOS 18 has come out is the same since before. And revenue is up 2%. So that always blows my mind. And I guess that's because... I'm a technical person and I know what iOS does and I know what is updated and how to access it, but a lot of this functionality just isn't available to the normal user, which is where you get these opportunities popping up, which I like. Sticker Maker Studio. So clearly the keyword will be sticker maker. Make stickers. WhatsApp stickers. Sticker Maker Studio number 2, someone else with 97,000 reviews. So that's what I mean. So Sticker Maker Studio has 79,000 reviews in the US, and the Australian App Store has 1,200 reviews, which is good for the Australian store because the Australian store doesn't get as much volume as the American store. Sticker Maker Studio. Hang on a minute. I put the keywords in the wrong place. Sticker Maker Studio, Sticker Maker, make stickers, WhatsApp stickers. So the positioning from the last one was not correct. So Sticker Maker Studio number 1, make stickers number 1, Sticker Maker number 1. I actually don't know how much value I can add here because you're crushing it and it's doing well. Like you're still ranking for WhatsApp stickers, and look at the difficulty there. 91 difficulty, popularity 38. I think you should be jumping on the stream and showing us how to do it. Yeah, that's awesome. And like I said, it's amazing how these tools that are already built into iOS now, all of a sudden still generate downloads, still generate revenue. Yeah, I can't add much value to that. That's awesome. Ionita, yes, this stream will be saved. It's archived on my YouTube channel. I don't think Twitch archives it, but I think Twitter archives it as well. Gabriel, no, doesn't connect to a musical instrument, doesn't detect audio. Gotcha. So with the audio, with the guitar app, the Chord app, that was a training tool, I guess. But if it's written in SwiftUI and you want me to share some of that code that I wrote for Learn Piano. Learn Piano. Learn Piano Notes, I think I called it. There we are. So this one, just ticking along, not one of my more popular ones. It started to get a bit of momentum, but it's just sitting there, still in version 1.0. And basically what that app did was to detect the notes and move along on the music as you play them. So if it's done in SwiftUI and you need some help implementing that, I'm happy to share that. Note finder keyword looks good, says next 918. I'm a bit behind with the chat, so that's why I'm catching up. Hard to rank for guitar chords. Chord is in the title and guitar in the subtitle. Unless I change the keyword to something like guitar chord finder maybe, but that loses the app name. And that's what I was prefacing to say. There's some big changes to that. You'd have to change the title, and in changing the title, you would lose possibly these rankings, the Chord Identifier and the Chord Finder app, Chord Finder keywords. So just about testing, adding those extra keywords to the title or the subtitle, primarily the title. I like the title because it comes up in this search area at the top. Next, 918, app name, Pawsey Dog Breed Identifier. Identifier app. Let's check out that one. Pawsey Dog Breed Identifier. So we got, if I do dog identifier, let's see, Pawsey dog breed. Super new, it looks super new. Keywords will be dog identifier, dog breed identifier, dog ID, dog breed, yep, that's quite an inventive keyword and people are searching for it. Dog breed identifier. So at the moment, if I have a look at this, so if I'm typing in dog identifier, I'm not typing in Pawsey because, I mean, unless you've done some marketing, unless you're doing TikTok marketing, unless you're doing marketing somewhere else, I don't know that your app exists. So I've just jumped onto the App Store to look for, I want to know the identification of this dog, what ID this dog is, and what breed this dog is. So the first thing I'd do is I'd type in dog identifier, and you're not in there. I wonder how many people are typing in dog breed identifier, and then you're down the bottom there. My first change that I would make is to have dog breed identifier and then Pawsey. So you have the brand name second. That's what I would personally do. So then that way, if we do want to come up in search results, it comes up a bit higher in that search because I'm searching for an app. Found 0 suggestions. So some of these AI scanner apps, we can have a look at some of the competition. So we go dog breed identifier. breed identifier, are we looking at that one? So breed identifier, pretty low, difficult but low. Again, like I was saying, so 5 popularity really means 0 popularity. And these results are pulled from App Store ads. So it's not necessarily a true representation of the App Store optimization popularity and difficulty. This is a comparison of the popularity for people targeting those keywords in App Store ads and the difficulty in App Store ads, which is a nice facsimile to the App Store, but not always directly related. So the popularity 5, I guess in my mind what that means is sometimes if you set up an ad for an app, it's going to sort of target those more broader search terms. So that's where that popularity comes from. But those ones, dog identifier, dog ID, scrap them, wouldn't go down them. The dog identifier and dog breed identifier, I mean, how old is the app? I get the feeling it's brand new. So it's released this year. I can't see any updates. I think it's brand new. On this side of things, the icon, I think what works really well is to have those camera brackets around a dog, having an image inside an image. I can see that perhaps this was generated with AI to generate an icon. So I like the SF symbol type dog in the middle, and then I would have the like this, the little camera icons around it. And that specifically says to the user this: you take a photo and it'll identify the dog. Discover everything about your dog with AI. And one of the common things that we think about is that AI is the most important feature of these apps, and it kind of is the selling point when searching, but you have to be selling the benefits. So the benefit would be things like discover dog breeds, find dog breeds, I guess. Dog poop analysis, dog breed identifier, AI breed mixer, mix dog breeds with AI. Dog food analyzer, analyze dog food. There's a lot going on. You would, if this was my app, let me preface it like that. If this is my app, I'd be focusing on one core feature first and then building out from there. Clearly the name of the app is Dog Breed Identifier. Is Dog Feed Identifier. So if I'm downloading a Dog Breed Identifier app, I don't need a dog poop analysis. Let's have a look at those keywords and see if there are people looking for those features. So dog poop and analyzer, identifier. Dog portrait, dog photo AI, dog food analyzer. My gut's telling me that these are going to be pretty low. Dog food analyzer low, dog portrait low, dog identifier, breed identifier low, dog ID low, dog poop identifier low, dog photo ID. So from a perspective of me building this app, I wouldn't be focusing on dog poop analysis, AI breed. They're nice like tools that you've put in there as sort of padding out the app a bit more, but the primary focus of the app would be the dog breed identifier. Like clearly, if I was to download the app, what I would want to do is take a photo of my dog or a photo of a dog at the park, go, what breed is this dog? And then find out more information about the breed. And I think that's what people are looking for when they're typing in that keyword. been up and running for 1 week. Yeah, so it's just past that. You get an automatic boost for a week on the App Store when you first release the app. You might have missed out on capitalizing on that because the keyword was sort of hidden a bit in the title, but you would have seen that you got a bit of a boost in traffic, and then it'll lull off for a while. Hi, see that. What's up? I'm doing a live stream with my daughter sitting next to me, trying to. You don't need to be on stream. Yeah, just trying to help people with their App Store optimization, giving back. Can I suggest an app idea that would look good on my CV? I don't know. All the apps that I've created that I've created passionately have just been interests that I've had or ideas in life that I wanted to pursue. And that's the best apps to make. Just follow what interests you and follow what you like. And I mean, the thing is, I'm not building apps for putting on my CV. I've got no intention of working for anyone ever again. I'm happy building apps for myself, and I'm happy getting a residual income. And the upside is that if you make a couple of apps that generate good money, you can actually generate more revenue than working a full-time job all the time, and you can take time off, and you can do what you want to do during the day and not have a boss. But I know that's not, like, it took 2 years, 3 years to get to that stage, so it does take quite a bit. But that's just to say I don't focus on building apps for a CV. I focus on building to learn because I'm interested in a topic, and to get into that release cycle of releasing apps to build that muscle memory of what works, what doesn't work, identifying when I'm on a winner. One of the things that I found earlier in my app development career, like one of my first apps took off, and I didn't actually know that it took off. It was one of my first apps that I ever created, and I didn't have anything to compare it to, so I just assumed that anytime I release an app, that's what's going to happen. They're just going to take off and get thousands of downloads and generate good revenue. And I ended up selling that app to pay down some debt, and I thought this would be easy. I can just replicate massive success all over again. But it took like another year or two to find out, to dissect what actually happened, how I made it successful, and, well, didn't make it successful. I accidentally stumbled across making it successful, and then being able to replicate that over time. So in the early days and having no experience, I didn't know that I was on a winner, and I probably sold it for a lot less than I should have. But you learn. Pro brush tools for artists. Ionita. Pro brush tools for artists. Pro brush tools for artists. Pro brush tools for artists. Pro brushes for Procreate brushes. I'm a fan of Procreate. I'm going to be reviewing this stream later with the captioning to see what's happening. It acts a bit odd. It actually be odd. It acts a bit odd. So I'm gonna. This is just like a first version, a first test of it. So I'm gonna see how it goes. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Procreate, and I know that there is a demand for brushes and tools for Procreate. I've used Procreate, and I have never thought to actually check the App Store for brushes. I've always checked on YouTube to see how to do something, and then they recommend a brush. Pro brush tools for artists. So straight away, I don't think the title is optimized as much as you would like it to be. I don't think people are typing in tools for artists. So that might be a good descriptor. That's a subtitle, tools for artists. That's more of a descriptive term of what the app does. And then in the subtitle, we have brushes for use in Procreate. Procreate brushes. And with this app and some of the other apps as well, I've seen in the Australian store that we've got 0 reviews, which does suggest that it's pretty new. This was released, 1.1 was released 2 weeks ago. So this has been up and running in the App Store now for 3 weeks. So still relatively new. But one of the factors I've found for increasing App Store optimization is to have those reviews coming in and having some, I mean, it's controversial, but some people put it into the onboarding process before the person's even used the app to sort of prompt them to download, to review. And that works well for me, but you have to have an onboarding process that says exactly what the app does and fulfills the need that they're looking for. So at the moment, if I'm not typing in tools for artists, I'm typing in Procreate brushes. Or Procreate brush. And we've got 0 suggestions. I think Astro probably would do suggestions when it has a bit more history on the app. Procreate brush. So one other way, the manual way of doing keyword research is just to look to see what other people are targeting on their keywords. Brushes for Procreate art. Pro brushes, fonts, tools. Procreate fonts. No, wouldn't target that one. Artist tools, artist. The keyword is really just brushes for Procreate, isn't it? People are targeting like tools, but that's more of a descriptive term. But if you have a look at this, brushes for Procreate, that would be the exact keyword, the exact title that you'd want to jump on, but someone's already got that. So you got the keyword in there, brushes, and if someone's typing in Procreate brushes, it's going to come up. When you're dealing with a trademark, you have to signal that this is not an app that's officially associated with the trademark. So usually a good way around that is brushes for Procreate. So you're not saying this is an official app for, it's not an official Procreate app, and it's not endorsed by Procreate at all. And that's a good way to sort of add that keyword into the title without having a cease and desist. But with that said, I have heard of people who have had 4 trademark and then they get hit by a copyright claim from the owner saying stop using our name in the title. So it's a risky path to go down. But if you have a look, tools for Procreate, they're targeting, I mean, good reviews, good number of reviews coming through. This one, I would say, so Procreate brushes and tools, I'd say that they're infringing trademark there straight away, unless they're like the official app, which I don't think they would be. Procreate brushes and tools. Yeah, and that's been up and running. That's been on the App Store now for a year. But I'd say that's a risky one. I wouldn't be putting Procreate in the title like that, because that could be seen as an endorsement and you might get a nice cease and desist, and then that's a whole lot of fun. Procreate Pocket, is that the official one? There's a lot of people targeting keywords, putting keywords in the title here that are interesting. Procreate. Pocket. Like, yeah, I think that's the official app, isn't it? An official app. I don't know. So the keyword, really the keyword that you want to be targeting is brushes. And I was going to suggest putting brushes for Procreate, but you'd want to target brushes and Procreate. So in your app, what do we call the app? Pro Brush Tools for Artists. Pro Brush Tools for Artists. So the title, Brushes Pro for Procreate. Pro brushes for Procreate. That's what I would target, and then you've kind of got a double up of a keyword here. So there's a lot of wasted space in the title and the subtitle, and I think if you just change the title to reflect the Procreate keyword, brushes keyword, and then scrap the subtitle, you could even just have the subtitle being tools for artists. That's how I would tackle that, and I think you would do well doing that. Brush for Procreate is a suggestion from MVed, no plural. Brush for Procreate. Brush for Procreate. Less people are typing in brush for, well, hang on, no one's going to type in brush for Procreate, are they? So they're going to type in Procreate brush. And plural and singular, it's sometimes a bit tricky. Procreate brush. Popularity, zero. Difficulty, quite difficult. So people aren't typing in the singular. People aren't typing in brush. They're typing in brushes. And I guess that makes sense because the first thing I would look for is brushes for Procreate or Procreate brushes. Traori. Yes, this is an app that I've created for the subtitles. I'm just testing it out on stream today. It's actually running in Xcode at the moment, and it's doing all of the detection of my voice as I'm talking, and then generating a live captions. At the moment it's static, but I do have all the animations that I've built for my app, iOS app, that does a lot of nice animations, things like that. So the idea is that this is going to be a bit more dynamic. But one thing I found is the captions are jumping, words are jumping all over the screen. So I want a way to be able to have an animation to make it dynamic, but it's already dynamic with words changing all the time. And then I want it to trigger to certain words. Like if I say explosion, I want an explosion to happen, and then be able to sort of say things on stream that will trigger an animation that happens or some sort of effect, and that'll be fun. But this is, so the captions tool is something that I'm building on. I've pivoted a little bit from the iOS app, and I'm going into a Mac app, going to be released on the Mac App Store. That's a mouthful. And I was getting a bit bored getting stuck into optimizing the video export of the last app, and it was just taking too long. I've got constraints at the moment at home, and I just don't have the time and energy to put into building a big app, and my motivation was lacking. So I wanted to have something that I can release, that I can get out there, get that feedback loop, and I wanted to take the code that I've already built, apply it to somewhere else so I can get it out and running. So this is the idea that I come up with. So the idea is that I want to release this by the end of the month, and this is going to be my little hobby project. Maxim, hey Adam, does the app description reflect, I'll minimize that so that doesn't annoy you. Does the app description have any effect on ASO ranking or only title and subtitle? Does it make sense to spend time to optimize the description text? What's new, etc.? I think it does. I think it makes the bigger picture and signals to Apple what your app, and this is all just anecdotal because I haven't tested it, but I think it signals to the App Store what your app is about, but not as much as the title and subtitle. I don't spend a lot of time on the description. All I do is I ask ChatGPT or Chord to generate the description. So I put the features in there, I put the benefits in there, and I put the keywords I'm targeting, and then just say to ChatGPT to generate the description, and then I go in and just go through to make sure that it's aligned with what the app actually does. And that seems to be enough. Those first apps might have troubles with original Procreate, so it's a bit hard to fit the rules. Plant Care Disease Identifier. This app is 1 month old. You've got my attention because I want to see these identifier apps. Plant Care Disease Identifier. My gut's telling me Plant Care Disease Identifier. I can't find it. You're saying it is 1 month old. It's warm today. What's the temperature? I'm in a jumper. It's 22 degrees. There it is, I found you. I'm gonna switch away from the thing when I download it. So this is what I'm talking about in terms of a nice visual representation of what it does is having the camera sort of snapshot thing around it. That seems to be pretty good industry standard at the moment to identify what it is. And then we've got Plant Care Disease Identifier, Tree Flower Identification AI. That subtitle doesn't match up all that well with the description. The description is, so the title itself, I'm not sure how many people are targeting exact keywords, Plant Care Disease Identifier. But if that's just the keyword itself, it's going to be hard to find in the results because it's going to come up with Plant Identifier, Plant Care Identifier, and everything like that. So that's why I couldn't find it. You might need to think about that title. Open. This is similar to in layout to Ionida's. This first app, yeah. Diagnose plant. I don't know how you're all getting away with hard paywalls. Whenever I've done a hard paywall, I get rejected by the App Store. I always have to put the cross in there somewhere. Diagnose plant. Camera. I'm just interested in using it more than anything. You can crop it, you can move it. That's cool. Diagnose plant. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Better not be anything wrong with it. Plant, we've identified your plant. Healthy. I have a healthy plant. No treatment needed. I think that's a fair synopsis. If this cable could reach, I could test my other one that does have a bit of disease on it or something not right with it. So I might actually test it. How do I get a shot of it? Like that. Oh, it's heavy. Hang on. I'm just sidetracked now. Leaf spot disease. Treatment. Remove and destroy infected leaves to prevent further spread. I didn't know that. Provide good air circulation around the plant to reduce humidity. We got that. Avoid getting water on the leaves when watering. Good point. I didn't know that. I wonder if... So, I'm sort of taking this at absolute value. But I'm going to try it out. Use fungicide specifically designed for Cercospora leaf spot. Ensure adequate light exposure for the plant. Everything else looks pretty good on it. It's just that one leaf, and I don't want it to spread. So I think you did help me. I think that the app does what it says on the box. Now, are people searching for the app? Plant care, what did we call it? Plant care disease identifier. And we're going to have a hard time finding it again, aren't we? There we are. Plant identifier, plant care AI, plant AI. What would I be looking for? My plant has a spot on it, and I want to know what to do to fix it. Plant care is the keyword I'd be looking for. Plant tips, plant disease. I can see where you're going. So plant disease identifier is a word that I would look for. Plant disease identifier. Plant AI. So the plant disease identifier, surprisingly, is a good keyword. And it keeps... So I can just go to here. Plant care disease identifier. I'll drop the care. I don't know that plant care identifier. Again, if this is my app, I wouldn't be using care in the title. My title will be targeting as much as I can plant disease identifier. The really nice keyword that I've been running with is AI scanner. So it'll be plant disease identifier AI scanner. And I think that would work really nicely. But I don't know if you're reaching the upper limit of the App Store description. But there's people searching for it, and it works. It does what it says. I was a bit dubious that it would actually work, but it works. Well done. But yeah, I think that hard paywall, I don't know if there's a way to skip out of it, but hard paywalls look good on statistics because you're getting more people signing up, but it's a great way to get bad reviews, and it's a great way to annoy people. Having ability to remove that paywall and reassessing what functionality you can add for free to the user to elicit a review from them, and then targeting that keyword. I think that would be the strategy that I would take. Which optimization tool am I using? I am using Astro. Try astro.app, I think it is. Try astro.app. Yeah, that's it. So it's tryastro.app. You can go outside. Yep. Finding it difficult to decide the best monetization strategy. Any tips? The strategy that's worked well for me has been to release it for free, let it get good sort of viral growth, let people find the app, download it for free, share it around, get positioned on the App Store, get reviews, and then look at adding an monetization in 6 months' time. That's been the strategy that's worked well for me. The only issue there is influx of bad reviews once you do change from a free model to a freemium model. And to combat that, I grandfather existing users. So if they've seen the first iteration of the paywall, the first iteration of the onboarding screen, it sets a user default on their device. If that user default is seen, they have access, they continue to have free access to the app until such time that they uninstall or download again. And in that case, they're prompted with the paywall. So you can't combat all, you can't make sure all users who have used it for free are going to continue to use it for free. There's going to be some edge cases. But that's the best strategy I've used to alleviate negative reviews, having a good balance between getting some viral growth and then monetizing it in the future. Right now, the strategy that's working well for me as a baseline is $14.99 US per year and $4.99 US per week. And the weekly subscription has the free trial. The annual subscription is no free trial associated with it. And I'm finding a lot of people signing up for the weekly trial. The weekly trial, and then they might renew a couple of times, and then they're switching over to that annual subscription. So I think they're using the weekly subscription as a bit of a trial basis before they check out the app. And that's working really well. That has increased my revenue like 300, 400% over the last couple of months, as well as just being a bit more active on YouTube and getting the name of the apps out there a bit more. A few more suggestions here. Do I do any A/B testing with Revenue Cat? You might be surprised I don't even use Revenue Cat. I have just coded my own paywall in Swift UI. The code I put onto GitHub, and while the app is small and it's not sort of scaling, well, it doesn't need to scale, I just do a normal paywall. It does have some issues with if someone cancels, sometimes they continue to get the app for free indefinitely, so it doesn't necessarily check for that all the time. But that's just a side effect of not going down the Revenue Cat. And then when the app does get bigger and I do want to start controlling access a bit more, then I'll implement Revenue Cat. And I've done that a couple of times. The apps that I've done that with, I've ended up selling. It does create an extra layer when selling it, so it's not its own standalone little app asset. Now all of a sudden you have to link it up with Revenue Cat, set it up in a new account. But to alleviate that, what I did is created a Revenue Cat under a Gmail address specific for that app, link it up, And then when I sell the app, I give the keys to that email address, give the keys to RevenueCat, and it helps to transition nicely. So that's why I don't implement it in the early days, in the first year or two, because it's just a lot of work. And I don't like to do a lot of work. Taha says Coloroid. Coloroid. Subtitles are saying Polaroid. Coloroid. Easy photo editor Coloroid. This app is 9 months old. So if you were, the trend that I've seen, you release the app, 1 week you get instant boost, lull for 6 months, and then after 6 months you start to see the growth that's going to happen, if it's going to happen. If you're not seeing growth, then after 6 months something's not right with your App Store optimization. 0 reviews in Australia suggests to me that something's not quite right with your App Store optimization. And straight away, easy photo editor. I'm not quite sure what the benefit is. I can edit photos on the built-in app on the phone. And I know I've talked previously in this session about apps built into iOS, which somehow people are still looking for on the App Store. But I think that's sort of those new features that people aren't aware exist, whereas everybody knows how to edit a photo on a device at the moment. So let me download it. I haven't been I made a mistake in not recording a synopsis to put onto Twitter. I'm sorry. I'll go back and do that. Actually, I'm capturing subtitles. I could just automatically track what I've said for the next stream, and then I can put a synopsis. I can even make AI create. I'm thinking out loud. I can make this a bit more automated. Easy photo editor. Coloroid. 5 reviews in the US. And I wouldn't even know what keywords you're targeting. So we got presets, overlays, quite technical terms. Photo editor. I would say that photo editor would be one of the most difficult keywords to target. Difficulty 97. So it seems when there's apps with a lot of volume, a lot of popularity, that's when Astro now offers suggestions. So we got some suggestions here. And might search by difficulty. And we'll go down to like the 50 mark. Tezza vintage filter. Polaroid filter. Grain filter. Photo quality enhancement. Do you think that's a keyword people are actually searching for? Overlay photos. And again, I don't know what the app does yet. I'm just looking at possible keywords. Add selection. I like that new feature. That made some keyword research quite easy. Doesn't pop up for all of them, but when it does, it helps considerably. I guess the feedback, like, oh, we got some suggestions here. Maybe it takes a while to actually show, to do a bit of analysis, which makes sense really. Like, how can it be real time? Back to plant identifier, we've got plant identifier, plant doctor, that sounds like tree identification, plant finder. Jump onto Astro and have a look at those keywords as well. But we're jumping around, aren't I? Photo editor. Let's see what the app does. Everything you're about to experience is made with love and passion. Sit back and watch your work turn into pieces of art. Help us grow. Show your love by leaving a review on the App Store. So yeah, we've got the nice not a hard paywall. You've asked for you've given me a nice prompt to give you a review. I would add like a review prompt in there to capture that review at that time. So yeah, this is a lot of time and effort looks like it's gone into the app. I'll just add image. Let's see if it... take a photo. So it's sort of like filters. We can add filters. Weekly, $2.99 a week. There's no free trial. So I think you've put a lot of time and effort into this. I can see the effort that you put into it. And where you're lacking is just getting people using it by the looks of things. And it looks like some of those filters, like those filter apps. So we've gone down the path of Polaroid filter, K400 filter, 12mm filter. And then just start targeting some of those actual types of film. It's not really a photo quality enhancement app though, is it? Because it's more of a filter app. Photo filters. This will be a really, really competitive keyword. Photo filters. Very competitive, but I'm interested to see what other ones. Aesthetic photo filter. Aesthetic photo. No. Vintage camera. Vintage camera filter. Vintage filter, vintage camera filter. Film filter. Photo film filter. So the easy photo editor is not selling it to me. That's not. I'm not going to be downloading the app called Easy Photo Editor. If I'm looking for an app that's a photo editor, I've got it built into the phone. If I want to edit a photo, I would be wanting to do something a bit more advanced than what the photo editing app on the phone does. So things like, you're right, like filters and effects and things like that. But I think people looking for a photo editor aren't necessarily, they're not looking for the functionality that we've got in the app here. If this was an app that I was working on, I would be looking down that path of trying to lean into the filter side of it. Polaroid filter, film filter. I'd delete that one. Vintage filter, Polaroid filter, film filter. Film has a connotation where people might be looking for video, I guess, because film, people associate that these days with video, maybe, I don't know. Polaroid filter and vintage filter. Vintage filter for Polaroid. Nope. I would look for a way to tie in these keywords, the vintage filter, Polaroid filter, because I think that's where you're sort of going with it. But definitely, I think that there's some time and effort that you put into there, and it's just a matter of updating that title so it's a bit more reflective of the product that you're building so that people will find you and then use your app. I've been mostly trying a bunch of random ASO stuff, first time taking it seriously, really. That's fair, and I can, like, exactly what I was saying, so I can see the effort and time that you put into the app itself, and if I can help you with some of those pointers, I'm really happy to sort of nudge you in the right direction. And it's a filter app. Targeting filter keywords is definitely the way to go, and it's like anything with the analogy with YouTube videos, with cereal. Everybody looks at the packaging, at the outside of it before they even check it out. So you could have the best app that you've ever created in the world, but if no one can find you, they're not using your app. Or you can have the worst app ever built, ever, and have the best app store optimization, the best title, the best keywords, and get people using your app, but it could be crap. Stephen, do you think I'm overloading keywords and confusing users? Trivia, quiz, etc. Map, mag. I think so. My gut's telling me I think so. Trivia quiz, etc. Map mag. That is actually the name of the app. I don't know what Cetera is. I know what a map is. I don't really know what a mag is. Each wrong guess reveals more. New daily challenge every day. Guess the football club based on the stadium. Guess the location from the skies above. Guess the city from above. I guess, is Cetera like an app that people, like a term people are using? I've never heard of it. Trivia quiz. Map quiz. You might just be better just targeting map quiz. Cetera map, Cetera quiz. I don't know what Cetera is. You're yelling at me because you know what it is and I don't. Cetera. Geography games. So Cetera, learn world geography the easy way. Cetera is a map quiz game. So Cetera is a product name, it looks like. I wouldn't be targeting that keyword. It might have come up on the search results for related to what you're building. So Cetera, this is an app called Cetera. I think Cetera is a potentially trademark. I wouldn't be targeting that keyword. I'd drop that one. Map Mag. I don't know what Mag is doing on there. You would be better off targeting Map Quiz. Geography Trivia. Learn geography. World quiz. Country quiz. What's those people on YouTube that I see that can find any location based on a street view? Street view quiz. Street view. So yeah, to answer your question, you're putting too many keywords in there. I'm absolutely confused what the app does. The first photo doesn't, the title doesn't really tell me what it does because I don't know what Cetera is. Finding out a bit more, Cetera is a trademark. If the app was just called like Map Quiz World Trivia, I would know instantly what it does, and then I would have which title would, and then I scroll over here, so I don't quite know what it does yet. Each wrong guess reveals more. Okay, but what am I guessing? New daily challenge every day. Sounds cool, but what are the challenges about? What's the app about? Guess the football club based on the stadium. And you could have lost me there because I don't care about football stadiums, but I'm interested in maps. So that one there I'd be like, nah, I don't want to know about football stadiums. But then if I skip to the next, it says, guess the city from the sky above. So I think that one is better suited as like the hero one at the top. Like that explains what it does. Guess the city from the sky above. New daily challenge every day. Each wrong guess reveals more. Map, quiz, geography, trivia. I'd say. How long's the app been out for? One month. Relatively new. You're in that lull. Lull. Not lol. Lull. UX Ninja, we are both Victorians. I am from Victoria as well. It's a nice warm day. I guess you found that out because it's 22 degrees where you are, and then you looked and said it's 22 degrees here as well. UX Ninja, I've seen your post now. The chat was running through too much, and then I was leaving everything, like I was leaving the chat at the spot that I was to get through everyone, but then I was missing context when people were following up with what I was talking about, so I had to scroll through. So I'm very sorry if I missed your app. But we're going to check out Hydration Hero from a fellow Victorian. Hydration Hero. Water tracker. Hydration Hero. I made the mistake of putting a jumper on, and it's quite warm. The air conditioning doesn't work all that well in summer here. I have to get extra fans, and I haven't set them up because I wasn't expecting a warm day. Although it's not that warm by Australian standards. But still, I can feel it. Water tracker, hydration reminder, water reminder. Ah. I caught it. Last time I accidentally showed that screen, I got a bunch of two-factor authentications coming in where, I mean, Apple has pretty good security, but it's annoying. Hydration hero, be the hero of your hydration. I like it. And I might be biased because you're Victorian and you won me over. So this is clearly a game marketed to a younger, I'm assuming a younger audience, like my kids, to get hydrated and to have a personalized experience with setting a goal for hydration. So I could see the kids getting into it. What do you think of this? Does that look like a fun game or what?
I don't know.
You don't know? Have a look at it. You can't move it too far, but you get to change your character. What character would you set up?
Wait, is this a boy version?
You
or
can
a
do...
girl version?
Hmm?
Is it a boy?
Boy version, I think. Can you change it to girls? Yeah, you can do girl. Look, do they have curly hair?
It's okay. If it don't have curly hair, it's okay. Not more. No. Oh, that's kind of the exact same thing as mine, right? Wow,
Glasses? You gonna wear some glasses?
Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
And maybe this? Oh, yeah. That's blocking off the hair. So. All the hats are just blocking off the hair. Wait, can you change the color of the hair? No?
I'm saying yes, they're gonna add some, look into adding some curly hair.
For this. Oh, this might work. Yeah.
Oh, it's got accessories like earrings.
I feel like this one might be good. No. Body, good. Hair. Oh, you can actually change it. That kind of looks. The blonde hair looks like mine. My hair.
What colour clothes?
I don't know.
What's your favourite colour?
Purple and blue.
Purple.
Purple, blue. Eyes. What eye am I?
Let me have a look. Green.
Do we get to mix the colors?
No, you can't mix the colours. They're just the colours there that you can choose from. Oh, you can get big eyes though.
I don't like those eyes.
No.
Yeah, that one might be good. Body?
And that lets you choose how tall you are. That's cool.
Oh.
You're measuring your head, are you?
That is the total size.
That one. And then this one here.
No, that one's the
You want to be a bit...
size.
Okay. And then this one here does, I'm assuming, the would change the belly.
I don't like how thick it is.
Yeah. So make it like that.
Why is
And that's
the
all set.
body round?
I don't know. Use these stats to calculate my goal. Well, we haven't really put the right stats in. So this app reminds you to drink water every day. So you set daily reminders. Look how strong you are.
I need to drink water.
You need to drink water?
You go.
Then we need to sign in. Thank you for your help. I think we need to sign in, so we won't do that just yet. Thank you for your help, Missy. Do you want to go back to doing what you're doing? If you don't drink water, you'll hear her look dehydrated and sad. I think I like it. I could really see the kids having a interest in it, and then as a parent side, I'm not quite sure, you probably already do it, but as a parent side, have some sort of way of being able to prompt to me that they need to have some water intake or something like that. Water tracker. Water tracker for kids. Kids water tracker. Yeah, I don't think that people are specifically looking for kids, but water tracker is the right keyword to be targeting. It's relatively new, isn't it? Water hero. What do we call it? Hydration hero. If we type in hydration, what else comes up? Hydration reminder. Daily hydration reminder. So water tracker is the keyword to be targeting, but we're not ranking there. Water tracker. Quite a competitive keyword, isn't it? But you put a lot of effort into it. That's I can see the animations there. I like it. I like the effort that's gone into it. I like the thought that's gone into it, and I could see straight away that it's something that the kids would hook straight into. Getting you ranked for, those are going to look at how long the app's been up and running for. I think you did mention it. How long has the app been up and running for? Some young people use water tracker as well. Yeah, I realize that's probably the case. My frame of mind quickly goes to getting the kids into it. Water llama is the main competitor, 3 to 4 weeks old. So it's still those early days. I'm not quite sure that I was prompted for a review, was I? I like the challenges, the sober challenge, Halloween heroes. Yeah, so this is more than just a standalone app. This is like a whole user experience that's above and beyond anything that I've ever built. So well done. Just getting ranked for those keywords: water tracker, hydration tracker. Hydration. Do we look for hydration tracker? Hydration tracker. Water reminder. And I'm not quite sure if you've thought about this already, but some of these tracking apps, one of the ways to get growth on there is to have those shareable moments. So once you reach a milestone, you can share it through the app to create like a nice screenshot or an award, even rewards and mechanisms like that. And the amount of time and effort you put into this most likely has been thought of. I got some work to do on that captions app. So it's probably something that you've thought of to add some reward mechanisms in there and some ability to share. That would be the path to get some of that growth, because there's actually a really special user experience in here that's hidden away a little bit by what looks to be on the surface your plain average quick water tracker app. I like it because the hydration hero, I can see the hero aspect. The hero is creating the character. Yeah, so anything that you can add in there that they share an achievement. I've had some apps in the past that were tracking sort of squats and lunges and things like that. And one of the growth mechanisms was just having that reward once you reach 100 or 2 days in a row, or having a streak. Streaks work really well, so I don't want to break my streak. I got to jump onto the app and update how much water I've had, and then every day that you have a streak, get a reward for having the longest streak. Those sorts of things work well. You've got water tracker in the title. It's not coming up in search results. It's only a month old. H2O reminder was a suggestion by Ionita. H2O reminder. H2O reminder. H2O tracker. Yeah, so H2O, people aren't really looking for hydration tracker. Kind of, yeah, well, they're looking for hydration tracker, but they're not necessarily looking for reminders. They're looking for a tracker. So you're on the right path with the App Store optimization. It's just you're in that part now where you're dropped off the rankings and you have to build those rankings, and it's going to take like another 5 months until you start to see good results from it. You're putting a lot of time and effort in building it with challenges and things like that. I could see going down the path of getting burnt out, putting the amount of effort that you're putting into it, and then in like 3-4 months time you think, why am I injecting so much time and energy into this when it's not getting the results that I want it to get? But I'd say that this one, in 6 months time, when the App Store optimization starts to kick in, that you would start to see some good results. So my sincere advice would be pace yourself for then. What was I going to do? Digital source. So this is your only app as well. Solid effort for the first app. Wow. Spent months building it. Yeah, I can see that you've spent months building it, and I can see the trajectory that you're on. You're going like 110%, 150% at this thing, and pace yourself. No, that subtitle. Yeah, nah. Do you recommend doing App Store search ads? Is it worth helping with the ranking? I've done App Store search ads in the past. I've tried to keep the price per install under $1, and I get like around about that 50 cent to 60 cent mark. And the people signing up, for every person signing up to one of my apps, generally I've calculated that an app will make anywhere from 50 cents to $1 per user. That's what I can aggregate and average. So if you can get the App Store cost below that amount, then you make a profit. Otherwise, if the cost is $1.50, if the cost is 50 cents per install or $1 per install, and that's all that you're going to be generating from the app, then it's just a process of getting the word out there. Ordinarily, I'd say it's not worth it. But you might want to look into it if you add those mechanisms in there that add that reward, that get other people using it, sharing it onto social media or sharing it with their friends in group chats. That might be like a catalyst. But I think the App Store optimization, for me, that's always the way to go. And I think, just thinking out loud, this app would do well with TikTok and social media getting on there. I don't have a lot of experience with that. I've tried a few things and I've had kind of results, but something like this I think would work well. I've had a couple of people jumping up, and I've seen a couple of names a few times. Abdul, be productive and remind me, a month old, and Stephen, watch Fido. These are ones that I've seen popping up. I think these will be the last two that I do, and then I've got to start making some thinking about lunch for the kiddo who's off school at the moment. Be productive and remind me. Even so, UX Ninja, even with TikTok ads, it doesn't necessarily even have to be paid ads. People have had great success just trying to create those little viral clips that end up just getting some momentum. And what I found with TikTok is I promoted a couple of apps on there, haven't got tens of thousands of views or millions of views, but every time you release a video, it tries to guess 200 people that will actually be interested in the content that you're creating. So if you're regularly posting on TikTok, it will start to train it what audience it gets sent to. So when I was doing a video a day on TikTok, at first it wasn't having many results from that 200 because it was just too broad. And then as I went on, it was narrowing down who that initial target audience was. And even if the video wasn't that great, at least it would be seen by 200 people. And at least if you had like a call to action on there and people were interested, it could spark people checking out the app. In the early days, that kind of helped me to get initial free users on some of my apps that needed that sort of push. And then there was always the possibility of why am I having a hard time saying that? Always a possibility of one of those TikTok videos going viral, and then you get tens of thousands or millions of views and it takes off. But I think with TikTok, the strategy is just persistence, training the algorithm, what content you're producing, and like anything in this game, it's just sticking at it long enough to see results without burning out, which is, I think, the key thing here. My daughter is doing better. She's off school, gets tired, but on the mend and healing, which is really good. And we were very lucky. She was very lucky. Next app, Abdul, and then I'll get to Stephen Watch Fido. And then I'm calling it a day. But I'll do it again. I'll do another one of these again. I enjoy it. I like it. And I'm testing out. This is also testing out my captions app. I'm pleased to see that it hasn't crashed. And I'm pleased to see that it's abiding by the rules of not just running off the screen. Yesterday it just wasn't in a position where I could even add it to the bottom of my stream. So just in the last 24 hours, it's become much better. I'd be interested to know what you think of this early version of the captions at the bottom. Is it easy to follow? Is it hard to follow? Is it distracting? What do you think? Because I'm kind of testing it at the moment. Abdul, I'm going to get to it because I keep promising. Be productive and remind me. Be productive. Remind me. I can't find your app, Abdul. Christopher, I won't be able to get to yours today, but if you jump in next time, jump in first and I'll get to it. A bit lower on the screen. How about that? Is that a bit better? Yeah, I think you're right. It was a bit high up. The autocorrect has been something really hard to implement because it automatically wants to recorrect, but sometimes it wants to redo the whole sentence and change things as it's going. So it was really causing some headaches, but I think I've got a nice balance between doing autocorrect when it needs to happen and not redoing the whole sentence. Ranty. Not coming up. I'm in the Australian App Store. Perhaps it's not in the Australian App Store. What's the name of your business, your app account? Good feedback about the positioning of the captions. Abdul, if you get back to me with the name of the Abdul Gane Lawal. Sorry if I don't say it right. Abdul Gane. I might not be able to check it out. You might not be listed in the Australian App Store, or you might be on the Google Play Store. So I don't know much about the Google Play Store in terms of optimization. Haven't been in that field for a while, so I'm not able to jump on there. But if you're on the App Store, I can look in there. And I can't seem to find it. If we can sort that out, I'll check it out. Otherwise, I'm going to jump over to Watch Fido. Another one I can't find. Not on the Australian App Store for Abdul. Yeah, so I can't check it out if it's not on the Australian App Store. If you can get it onto the Australian App Store, I'll check it out next time. Thanks for tuning in, Abdul. Stephen Hooper. Is this another issue where I'm on the Australian App Store and it's not coming up? Watch Fido App Store. Watch Fido on the App Store. Share. Copy link. And also, I wonder if I'm just typing in too many search phrases into the App Store and now being App not available. So yeah, this app not available. This app is not currently available in your region. So I can do one more, Christopher. Hey Adam, my first app is called InSeek. It's an app for in real life games launched a year ago, but have been working on it every day for the last 2 months. Would love to hear your feedback. Actually, before I get to that, I can do. It's not like I have to jump on the phone to do some checking of this SEO. I will do some look at this Watch Fido one. Watch Fido. I can't use it, so I don't exactly know the use of it. Track, tidy, share, and share pet care. Pet care tracker, pet tracker. Organize, share, relax. Pet care has never been this easy. Keep your pet's care in perfect order. Text and email all the details. Why do I want to text and email details? That's to liaise with the vet, I guess. Watch Fido makes pet parenting a breeze. Say goodbye to sticky notes, missed vet appointments, and forgotten details. Whether it's your dog, cat, bunny, or bearded dragon, watch Fido in the pawsome tool you need to get your furry or scaly friends' health and happiness organized. I think you're going to have, that's going to be a tough one to target keywords for, I'm thinking. Pet care. Pet tracker. Pet tracker is an interesting keyword. But this is for tracking the physical location of pets. So people looking for pet tracker might not be looking to track their pet health. They might be looking to track the actual location of their animal. Pet journal? Pet log? Nope. Habit tracker. So pet tracker, have a look at this. So we've got habit tracker popping up for a keyword for pet tracker, so which suggests that it would actually be really easy to get ranked on there for pet tracker. The first result is a GPS tracker, like a physical tracker for animals, but then we do have other ones that are pet journals. It's kind of like a pet tracker, a dog tracker, or a cat tracker. Dog tracker, cat tracker. They're all good keywords, I think. Pet tracker, real-time info, cat tracker. Yeah, again, these are... This is a mixed bag. So some people typing for trackers in this specific instance are looking to physically track their animal. And some of them are tracking food. Meow to human training chat. It always amazes me what apps are in there when you start looking at the App Store. Vet tracker? Nope. This one's targeting pet health tracker. 2,000 reviews. Nope. Tricky niche you're going for. AI vet care. That's a anything to do with health and AI, even if it's health of a cat. That's just an area that gets tricky. I had a simple pregnancy tracker app all it was a calculator to track the all of the stuff you track, the obstetrician will track. And I wanted to add premium functionality to it. And the thought process was, if I add an AI chat where people can talk about their pregnancy, that's a nice value add. But I got marked, I got not banned, I got rejected by the App Store review team for having a harmful app that could cause physical harm to people. I thought, that's silly. Why would that be the case? But it turns out, like, the AI can go off the rails and give all sorts of advice. And when you're dealing with really personal health things, it's not an area I like to go. I'm getting sidetracked. Vet tracker, pet care, pet caregiver, dog sitter, pet care. You're targeting pet care, but not ranking for that keyword. That would be an easy one to rank for. Not many people are directly targeting it. The only one targeting it specifically in the title is pet care tracker for dog cat log. Like, that's keyword after keyword after keyword in there. Puppy kitten reminder track. Pet care tracker. We looking at that one's not a word that's looking. So you could go down the path of dog tracker, pet tracker, cat tracker, and just know that some of that popularity is probably people searching for ways to physically track their animal. But this pet care looks promising, and if this was my app, I always preface it by saying, if this was my app and I wanted to do some optimization on it, I would put the pet care in the title. Pet care, watch Fido. At the moment, when my first result was when you sent me the name of the app, Watch Fido, straight away I'm thinking it's an app for the watch. So if you do pet care, watch Fido. Yeah. I'm just about to finish up, alright? I'll be there in a minute, okay? So yeah, I'd put pet care in the title and then have a descriptive term underneath. And I can't dive too much into the app itself. I can just see what you're doing in there. But I think I need to go. It's nearing lunchtime. It's been a good session. I hope I've added some help, and I've helped people, and I hope added some clarity. And I'm looking forward to give me an update how it goes. We've got through quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I missed you, I'll be doing it again. I do it in Australian time zone, so I might get late over there, wherever you are. At the moment, I don't have times there. I used to have the clock there that I could see what time it is around the world. But thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope that I offered some help today, and I'll catch